Hey YouTube, how we doing this morning? I'd just like to do a follow-up video about the video I did a couple of days ago and say that I think it's interesting that my video got 1 out of 10 and is not doing really good in views, but it got a 1 out of 10 with all the negativity in it. I think it's great. A 1 out of 10. All my good art and everything that I've done in the past can't even get a 7 out of 10, or can't even get an 8 out of 10, and it falls to like 9 out of 10. But I come out with a rant and a half about how YouTube sucks, and that puts me at 1 out of 10 immediately, and then I hardly get any views. I think it's funny. And it's fine if I don't get any subscribers or anybody to like or subscribe anymore. I really don't care. Like I said, I'm kind of done with this platform. Um, there's just no way to make any money off of YouTube anymore unless you have a really good plan and you can have a good idea. There's just no way to make money off of this platform anymore. I mean, you got to take your time and upload. I just lost about 1,500 viewers when I was at 3,000, and now I'm down to 1,100. And then I got to work my way back up and go all the way back up to that. And, it's like, who wants to do that? It's a lot of work. No one wants to sit there and waste their time. But my point is it's like, you know, you come up with something that's deemed negative and you get a high view rate, or you get a high slot in the views. 1 out of 10 in the video. 1 out of 10. That's how the video ranked. That's amazing. And I'm sure because I said stuff about YouTube, they're not going to push it out. And I would be probably demonetized with how I said that YouTube kind of sucks. And basically they could make the playing field a little more easier, because a lot of people get up on this platform expecting that it'd be easy to make subscribers and to get viewers, and it ain't. You got to gain an audience somewhere, and that is just hard to do. And whoever your audience is going to be, and then if they're even going to stick around, who knows? Then it's just ridiculous to try to even get those subscribers, because it's just like, you're not even supposed to say on a video like and subscribe. You're supposed to say, from what I've been coached, at the end, or don't even mention, because you're trying to sell an idea, or you're trying to help out or do something with a video that's going to give helpful information and stuff like that. And it's just, with this music platform, I don't know where to go anymore, because basically I'm not doing music right now because there's no reason to do music. That's just basically dead. Then I ran into a little bit of this AI stuff, which it's totally original, because you got to come up with the lyrics and you got to come up with somewhat of the beat. And then I had to do that, and that was helping me out for a little bit, thinking that was going to get me somewhere. And then that gets me nowhere. And it's just, I don't see the point to this. And it's just kind of like, what am I doing? Why am I even on here? So I don't think I'm going to be doing this much longer. It's like that one guy, that one creator who he keeps on saying, I'm not getting enough subscribers. I don't think I'm going to be on here. And then he kept on losing subscribers as he said that. So I'm not trying to lose subscribers or lose anybody. I don't want to do that. I don't care if anybody likes or subscribes or any of that. But I just find it interesting that my video goes from 1 out of 10 when I put in great content. Maybe my videos just ain't that good, but these videos, they ain't good at all, and then they hit 1 out of 10. So maybe I should just do stuff like this because there's zero effort put into it. And that's the whole point, is easy, not hard, easy. And that's the whole point. If you're doing a lot of editing and a lot of hardship online, in my opinion, you're a fool because, yeah, you want a quality video, but the more work you do is gonna just make things difficult, in my opinion. And if you have a day job, kids, a life besides trying to do YouTube, that just simply isn't gonna work. Who has the time? Half of these people, if you know the term, half these people, they're like goyams, they're like soys. They sit at home, they have no life, they're soy boys. They sit at home, they do nothing. I'm not a soy boy or anything like that, but I just thought I'd try YouTube out as a platform for my music, and it really just isn't working like I thought it was. I thought that I'd get more recognition and stuff, and what I forgot to realize is people see music as free, and everything's free. And I'm not out there giving a speech or a lecture or priceless information like I'm doing now. I used to give out, if you check out on my other videos, if you want, I don't care, but I used to actually play music, literally play music. And that is something different compared to having a rant like, everybody loves Raymond, if you know who that guy is or who I'm referring to, or other people, that totally do nothing but grift on, the terms of YouTube. And, if that's what this platform is to the point of my other video, what I'm following up on, if it's just one big grift fest, of course I'd love to join the party. I'd love to just get a piece of the pie as well. I'm not trying to sound like an asshole or anything, but it would be nice to get a piece of the pie as well, because I tried to put on legitimate content and do it the right way, and there just isn't a right way. You just kind of do whatever you want on this platform, and it either sticks or it sinks. So it's just kind of one of those things where I don't understand where I'm going, and I don't know what to do anymore because putting up music goes nowhere. I mean, I did an Eminem Superman bass track thinking that was going to blow up because, people love Eminem. Nope, it didn't go anywhere. And it's just like, you got to be involved with Eminem and no Marshall Mathers and, no Interscope Records to even get anywhere. And it's just so hard to break through when you're in music, where if I just sit here and basically bitch and vent my thoughts, this is the thing to do. It's like a therapy session of modern day. And you can hear my bullshit thoughts and you can either agree with it or not agree with it. I really don't care. I'm on a computer screen. Doesn't affect me really any. What are you going to do? Drop a comment that I can go to war with and battle you until you get sick of me, and then, we troll each other on, and then we go our own separate ways? You see where I'm getting at? But I think it's funny that I come out with a video and it's 1 out of 10 already, and it ain't even one of my greatest. It ain't even one of my solidest videos. It's one of my weakest videos. And then something good, or something like Eye for an Eye, that's a song I came out with, can barely get any fucking views, can barely even go anywhere. I find it ridiculous. You can barely go anywhere. And it's just like, then I do something like this, and it gets me a for sure slot, 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10 is good. That's a good thing. That's what you want. If you get 1 out of 10 in your video, that means you're going to go somewhere. If you get a 7 out of 10, that means your video didn't do so hot. And I just don't understand, because people come out with all kinds of unoriginality, and I tried to be the most originalist until I started finding out how to use AI, of course. And I don't think that stuff's original, of course not, but it's an easier tool to use. And I mean, it is something that just isn't given. You have to use it and stuff. Like people go, oh, you shouldn't have used AI. It's so easy and stuff. Well, that's the whole point. Once again, if you're doing YouTube, you want things to be, what are you giving to your audience? What are they getting out of the video? What are you doing for the community, and what are they learning, or what kind of information are you selling? What's your niche? You know, all that stuff. And you want it to be easy, not hard. You know, editing could take anywhere up from 2 hours to 3 hours if you edit. Who has time to do that when you gotta go to work? Who has time to do that when you gotta go to work? You know? And then sitting there and talking about politics and shit you don't really know about. You hear these people talk, they don't know what they're talking about, glooming and dooming and stuff. Who has the time to do that? And then you try to put out a solid product, and then you realize, oh, people can just get it for free, and then they can get a better version of it, and then they don't really care about you. And that's what you come to find. But if this is what's going to get me on top, I'll keep making videos like this, because this got me a 1 out of 10 on my last rant. That's all I consider this as, is a bona fide rant, or, you know, a spiel of information, basically, in a spurt of time. Basically just a rant, but, you know, that's what everybody's doing on YouTube. But yeah, I to my point, I don't get it. You know, I don't get it. And then once again, the thing to do is not to like and not to subscribe. You see some Giacomo and basically, you know, some jack off, and basically you're just like, you're either gonna like or you're gonna subscribe, and most of the time, out of a 85% chance, you're probably not. And that's just the way that it is, and, you know, no one gets ahead, and boo-hoo-hoo. So I gotta find other ways to make money, but I'll keep trying on this because I have a channel, but I just find it to be ridiculous. It's just like, you know, 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10 my video won, and it's hardly getting any views. And then everybody all of a sudden just drops off. It's just like, you can't stay at a certain retention and get anywhere, and you gotta really like post and post and post. And when you post a lot of videos, you're naturally just gonna get sloppy. So, you know, that's just my food for thought for today. But other than that, that pretty much wraps it up for this video. I hope everybody's doing well. If you want to, you probably won't, like and subscribe. Other than that, peace out. Have a good one.